The poem Ode to Evening by William Collins is a beautiful and thoughtful meditation on the evening. The poet talks about the setting of the sun and the beginning of the night. William Collins uses vivid imagery and addresses the evening as if it were a person. He seeks inspiration from the evening to create poetry that reflects its calm and serene mood. The poem is divided into two parts. The first part is longer and describes the evening in detail, while the second part focuses on the seasonal changes and their impact on the evening. This video explores a summary of the poem, its themes, literary devices and structure. Explanation of Ode to Evening by William Collins. In Ode to Evening, Collins paints a picture of the evening using rich and descriptive language. The poem begins with the poet addressing the evening. He refers to the night as Eve and asks for permission to compose a song that would be pleasing to her. He describes the sky and the setting sun. The sky and setting sun are depicted as getting ready to rest for the night. The poet also mentions the bat and the beetle. Their sounds contribute to the quiet and calm atmosphere of the evening. This creates an auditory effect for the readers and allows them to imagine the sounds of the night. As the poem progresses, Collins presents various images that depict the natural beauty of the evening. He compares the evening to a divine being and seeks inspiration from her to create his poetry. The poet feels that his expressions might not be satisfactory to fully capture the mood of the evening. Therefore, he tries to imitate the natural calmness that can be felt just before nightfall. In the first part of the poem, Collins describes the evening sky and how the day is ending. He portrays the evening as a reserved nymph. It is a mythological spirit who is quiet and composed. The bright-haired sun is depicted as sitting in the western sky, with clouds hanging over it like curtains. The air is hushed, and the only sounds are the short, shrill cries of the bat and the soft hum of the beetle. These creatures add to the calmness of the evening. The poet then asks the evening to teach him how to create a soft and soothing melody that matches the stillness of the darkening valley. He wants to compose an ode that suits the calm mood of the evening. As he muses slowly, he welcomes the return of the evening, appreciating its peaceful presence. Collins goes on to describe the arrival of the evening in more detail. He mentions the folding star. He uses this term for the evening star and its pale light that signals the end of the day. This light is like a warning lamp and indicates that the day is over. The poet imagines that fragrant hours and elves, who have been sleeping in flowers during the day, wake up and prepare for the evening. Nymphs, who are mythological spirits of nature, also come out, shedding fresh dew and preparing for the night. The poet asks the evening to lead him to a serene place. He wants to go to a lake or an ancient building, where he can appreciate its beauty. However, if the weather is harsh, with blustery winds or rain, he would prefer to stay in his hut on the mountainside. From there, he can watch the wild landscapes, swelling floods and dimly seen church spires. He can hear the simple bell and observe the evening drawing its dusky veil over the land. In the second part of the poem, Collins talks about how the evening changes with the seasons. In spring, showers bathe the evening's hair. Summer enjoys lingering in the evening light, while autumn fills the evening's lap with falling leaves. Winter, with its cold and troubled air, frightens the evening's followers and tears at her robes. Despite the seasonal changes, the evening remains a constant source of inspiration. Collins personifies various qualities such as fancy, friendship, science, and health. They sing praises to the evening, acknowledging its importance and beauty. In summary, Ode to Evening by William Collins is a poem that celebrates the calm beauty of the evening. The poet addresses the evening as a divine being and seeks inspiration from her to create poetry. Through vivid imagery and personification, Collins captures the calm and serene mood of the evening and makes it a source of inspiration and reflection. Themes of Ode to Evening by William Collins. One of the primary themes of Ode to Evening by William Collins is change that occurs as day turns into night. Collins depicts how nature transforms during this time and highlights the calm and serene mood of the evening. The poem is rich with images of nature. Collins describes the sky, the setting sun, the sounds of the bat and beetle, and various natural scenes. Nature plays a crucial role in creating the peaceful atmosphere of the evening. The theme of light versus darkness is prevalent throughout the poem. The poet describes the evening as the time when darkness begins to take over the light of the day. This transition is depicted in a calm and serene manner. Literary devices in Ode to Evening by William Collins. Collins personifies the evening by addressing it as Eve and comparing it to a divine being. He gives human-like qualities to the evening and makes it seem like a reserved nymph and a calm votress. The poem is filled with vivid imagery that helps readers visualize the evening. Collins describes the setting sun, the quiet air, the bat and beetle, and various natural scenes to create a picturesque view of the evening. The poet uses metaphors to compare the evening to a divine being and the sun to a pilgrim. These comparisons help convey the poet's admiration for the evening. In the third line, Collins uses a simile to compare the solemn sound of the evening to the poet's song. The poem contains alliteration, such as in the phrase short shrill shriek, which emphasizes the sound of the bat. The poet uses onomatopoeia to describe the sounds of the bat and beetle, making the description more vivid and engaging. Collins uses oxymorons, such as pensive pleasures, to highlight the complex emotions evoked by the evening. The poet uses synecdoche, where a part represents the whole, such as in the phrase otenstop, which refers to the oaten flute. Structure of the poem Ode to Evening by William Collins. William Collins wrote Ode to Evening in free verse. It does not have a specific rhyme scheme. This allows the poet to focus on the natural flow and rhythm of the poem. The poem alternates between iambic pentameter and iambic trimeter. This metrical pattern helps convey the poet's state of mind and the rising rhythm of his emotions. The length of the lines varies and reflects the poet's mood. This contraction and expansion help create a rhythmic flow that matches the calm and serene mood of the evening. In conclusion, Ode to Evening by William Collins is a beautifully crafted poem that celebrates the tranquil beauty of the evening. Through vivid imagery, personification, and various literary devices, Collins captures the serene mood of the evening and uses it as a source of inspiration for his poetry. The poem's themes of transition, nature, light and darkness, and life and death are conveyed through the poet's admiration for the evening and his desire to create a fitting ode to it.